What's up, everyone? I just did 9 C bounces in a row. Just everyone needs to know that.
Nice.
Chomps is so cool. So
I'm so tech savvy. Okay.
I'm so stupid.
Alright, guys, this is
Oh, did you watch the
Dark
video?
M on the
Yeah.
mic, and this is the
Oh.
Hawaii Oahu
Did that get
Sm4sh
caught?
PR discussion for November-December 2016. Joined by Justin, aka Tropical Pyramid, aka TP, GSM Brult Korean,
Yo.
CLG's own GSM Void,
Yeah.
and HID TOG FSLink.
Hey.
Alright, so let's get right into it. Everyone has the data open to look at.
Yes.
Shall we do what we always normally what we do is we start from the top and work our way down. Shall we continue doing that?
Yeah, I think that's the best. I think it's that
works well.
Yeah, I think that's the best just so like the bottom is easier cuz the bottom's like the last like 3 to 4 spots is always pretty hard.
I think the top 3 is pretty straightforward this time around too.
Yeah.
The ordering maybe not so much, but okay. So for the top 3 for November December, I have Korean Rush Dren in not in a particular order, but those are my 3. I think that for well, we'll discuss the first spot first, I guess. I think the first place is gonna be Rush. 3 out of 4 tournaments he went to, he won.
Oh, he went to
and-
5.
Oh, he went to 5. But how did he
And
do in the 5th one?
He got 7th.
Oh, who did he lose to? Days?
He lost to Snappy and Brigade.
Oh, was that the one where he was like really upset? I think I remember.
He was
that.
super pissed off, yes.
Yeah. Okay. So, with that in mind, that actually might change things. That actually might make it a little bit closer.
I think it's like dead. It's like practically like first and second are. It's gonna come down to what we prioritize. Like, are we gonna prioritize head to head, or like placing consistency, or upsets? Like there's a bunch of things it's gonna come down to.
Okay, wait. I need to evaluate now that I know that he went to another tournament. I actually forgot. I thought that was from the previous period, but I do distinctly remember that one because both of his losses were on stream. No, his losers match was on stream. I remember that. Okay.
I actually forgot about the tournament as well, but then when I
Does-
was filing the data, I was like, oh fuck.
Okay, I'm gonna hold my thoughts on this until I hear other people, so someone else can speak their mind.
Okay, I mean, I'm ready.
Go.
Okay, so right now, do you guys want to do? I say we just discuss top 2. I think top 2 is pretty clean cut. It's gonna be between Korean and Rush. So if you look at the matchup spread, so red is negative, blue is positive, gray is even, and then orange is only like I didn't put the whole matchup spread. There's a bunch of other players that weren't qualified for PR, and I didn't put the record because it's probably like 2-0 or 1-0, or because they probably beat them or whatever. But orange is upsets.
Yes.
No matter what the score is, even if they're positive or even with them or whatever, I only put them there because of like the upset factor.
It's for the one loss that they had. Yeah.
Right.
So Korean and Rush, Korean had more attendance, so he has more of a positive. He like percentage-wise, he has more positive than negative than Rush on the other current PR candidates. So I think like that kind of gives him a slight edge because like percentage-wise, because we're not going like I'm not saying he has an advantage because of the attendance. I'm saying he has a more positive percentage because he's challenged more of the current PR candidates, which I think is a big deal because that's more data. They both have 2 losing matchups and they both have 1 tied matchup. They're both 0-1 against War. So, I mean, that kind of like just totally breaks even. Rush, on the other hand, is up 2-0 on the head-to-head. But to note, the 2-0, it was only from 1 tournament. So they fought twice. I don't know what tournament it was, but fought once in winners and then fought in grands.
Yeah.
And so Rush is 2-0.
SS23, where you got second to his first.
Right. So that's the
you got-
only tournament they fought at.
Okay.
Right. And then, but the thing is, you could, it just, I hate being in this predicament because, like, I'm one of the candidates, but,
Yeah.
I mean, if you've known me for like however long, I will tell you I always take consistency over peak performance, always. So to me, Korean has a more consistent layout. Like his the two people he's negative against is War and Rush, but Rush has negative on Snappy. Snappy is not even a PR candidate at this point, and we know he's good, but I mean Snappy has only gotten like what 10th on the PR before. So being negative or having an upset, like having an upset and also just being negative with that player, I think is really big dent. And even when we dig down, oh, and then of course they're both like I suffered a loss from Wing It, which is something to note, and I also suffered a loss from Brigade, but Rush also suffered a loss from Brigade and is also even with Brigade. I also have a clean record with Zaken, whereas Rush has a loss to Zaken. And then versus Darren, uh, I don't know what the percentage, like 7-4 against 2-1. I think Korean has a better win percentage. I'm not too good at math.
2-1's better than 7-4, but 7-4 is just overall
Okay.
it shows consistency.
Yeah, you're just
Okay.
more wins. 5 more
Yeah,
wins.
you win more often.
Okay.
It's like 2-1, you fought the guy 3 times and you came out 1 set positive. You are at a point where you're just positive 3 wins over Darren, which
I
looks
see.
a lot better than positive 1 win.
Okay, so I mean, I guess like for Zekin, it's like the same thing because I'm only up 1 win.
Yeah.
What was it? Turn your computer on. Okay, hold up.
Oh.
Hold up. Turning on girlfriend's computer. Okay. Fiance's computer. Okay, so so yeah, so against Zekin, we're both up 1, but I have no losses. But I don't think that's like too big of a deal. It's essentially like the same thing.
Yeah, it's basically.
He is up 1-0 on Danem, whereas I am 3-3.
But you're up 3 wins on Brigade.
Yeah, see, that's right. So I mean,
Really
I
good.
think overall Korean just has a more consistent, cleaner matchup spread. But Rush does win the head-to-head, which is a big deal. But I do feel like the loss, the upset to Snappy and the negative record to Snappy is a huge deal. And then if we dig deeper into placings, Korean's lowest placing is 5th, which happened.
Rushes is 7th.
Yeah, which happened once, and Rush's is seventh place, which again is a huge hit to consistency in my eyes. They both have 3 tournament wins, so both players have won 3 tournaments total. But I think all of Rush's other placings were 3rd and higher. Hold up, where is he? Rush there.
I'm almost positive that his other 3, yeah, he's won 3. He's gotten 2nd, I think, in another one.
No, 1-3, got 3rd, he got 7th. Koreans 1-3, got 2nd, 4th, and 5th.
Oh,
Yeah, Rush's never.
Zekin must have got 2nd that tournament then.
Zekin won that tournament. War got 2nd.
Oh yeah, he almost gave him the arrow. That's right.
So wait, where? So Rush has a 7th place. He has a
He has a 7th and a 3rd.
And then three firsts.
and a 3rd, and then 3
Yeah.
firsts. Okay.
Hmm.
Whereas to Korean has 3 firsts, a 2nd, a 4th, and a 5th. So, like, just in my opinion, placing wise, I think Korean's more consistent, just because Rush has gotten that 7th place, that one tournament. Because like, like if you looked at just December, you would hands down be like, well, Rush is number 1 on the PR. But his November performance was pretty like not as good as this December one. As where Korean's November performance was like, if you were to say like if we just did a November PR, Korean would probably just be number 1 on that PR. So, oh, what's up, Void?
The thing that I'm mainly looking at, you have a bigger sample size just in terms of who you've played and you've went to another tournament. While not counting, because you guys both won 3 tournaments, so you can just kind of cancel that out. Since you went to another tournament, like let's say you only went to 2 tournaments and you got 2nd, 4th, or 2nd, 5th, that still
Okay.
looks better than 3rd, 7th, in my opinion. And not only that, you did go to another tournament, so you got 2nd, 4th, and 5th, which averages out like really nice, somewhere between like 3 to 4 Well, his average outside of first is fifth.
Yes.
In terms of placings, just on that, I feel like you have
Oh yeah.
a slight edge in placings.
Void,
Wow.
is someone playing Smash near you?
Yeah, they're streaming. I apologize.
Would it be possible for them to turn the volume down just a little bit, until, at least until we finish this? Because it's bleeding into your mic pretty hard.
If anything, I can lower my mic.
Okay. Well, whatever helps. Thanks.
That might have actually been me. I was watching Void stream with the volume cranked up all the way. It might have been noise from the earphone. Do you not hear it anymore?
I don't hear it anymore.
Okay, that was my side. You're good, Void.
Huh. Okay.
My earphones are super loud, so that was my fault.
Okay.
My B.
No, I thought it was Void because I heard it when his screen started getting highlighted, but anyway, well, until Void is ready again, let's
Oh yeah, I'll just finish up.
just finish up
But
your
yeah,
thoughts.
I mean, in the end, it's just Korean has more data on the other PR candidates as to where Rush does not. And then, like, for me, upsets are big. Like, last PR discussion, I almost didn't want to put War at first because of his upset on Hero, but his matchup spread was so much more dominant than LT's, even though LT had the head-to-head win on him, because I think LT was up like 2-1 or 2-0 on War last PR period. But like we still gave War the spot because his matchup spread was so good. This scenario is a little different because the matchup spreads are nearly identical, with Korean having edge just because he played more of the PR people because he went to more tournaments. So just percentage wise, my win percentage on the other PR candidates is higher by slightly. And me personally, I always go with consistency over peak performance. And even then, like Korean and Rush's peak performances were the same at 3 tournament wins, but just the average placing Korean like beats him out there. And then the upset on Snappy is like really big in my opinion. Like Korean's matchup spread is just so much more cleaner, with like the only thing disputing it is like the 3-3 with Dan M.
Man, looking back on it, if King had closed out that set against you in Grands, I think we'd be having a different discussion.
Yes, that me being 2-0 on King is a very big deal.
And the fact that you went on to win because of it. Very interesting. Okay, thank you, Korean. I guess Void, we were halfway through with you, so I guess why don't you go ahead and continue.
Kind of covered everything well. Overall, I think Korean having a higher sample size and still doing as well as he did.
Oh, Void, you can turn your mic up a little bit. It was Charles's fault, not yours. I apologize.
Okay. But
Yeah, okay, go. Yeah.
the wins overall, the bigger pool of results, while still having like a bigger pool of wins too, puts him ahead of Rush in my own opinion.
Yeah. Okay, so El Sloth or Pokemon trainer Daryl David, who wants to go first?
I'll go.
Okay.
So, I definitely agree. Me personally, I also consider consistency a little bit. I weigh that a little bit more than placings, right? And Green has both, so I don't see why he shouldn't be considered number one. Especially, like, really the only thing that's kind of pushing it towards Travis is Korean going 0-2 on him, but Korean just has more participation, a better average of placings, and they both have the 3 first place points, but Korean has more data to support that. He's a more consistent player, in my opinion.
Okay. Justin, are you ready?
Yeah, I got all that. So my initial pick was Rush for number one because he was 2-0 over Korean, and both were very positive across the board. But I mean, everyone, especially Charles and Void, made very excellent points about being consistent with what we did last PR period and looking at the quantity of results that Korean has. It's not like he's just 2-1 over Dren. He's like 7-4 over Dren, so it shows that he's played Dren multiple times and can win a lot against Darren. So it's just like those 4-1 advantages that he has. It shows the consistency. It shows the capability to like play strong, play well. I do really like Rush being 2-0 over Korean, and I just don't want to, in future like discussions, I don't want that to be undermined at all. I don't think like it will, but like in this case, I can see why we go with Korean over Rush because of just the quantity of results he has, and perhaps the one like he got 7th place at that one tournament Rush did, from what you guys said. So
Right. The
yeah.
big thing is the snappy upset and the 7th place, which obviously came
Yeah.
from the same tournament. Like if that tournament didn't exist, Rush would hands down won. Like
exactly.
hands
Okay.
down.
Yeah, I think it's just I do really like Rush for number one. The points to support Korean, and the biggest point for me is being consistent with last month where LT had the matchup advantage over War, but we didn't because we looked at consistent matchup spread and so forth. And so I like the quantity that Korean has. I really do.
It's still very, very close. Like we didn't consider the head-to-head for War LT just because War's matchup spread was like you couldn't even compare to it. It was like you took one look at it and it's like, well, this guy's obviously like shits on everyone. Whereas Rush Korean, it was so close, but I think like the placings and then like it's like Korean has 2 negatives, but the 2 negatives for him compared to the Rush's 2 negatives, like the snappy in the 7th place, is like way bigger of a down than Rush War being negative against Russian War.
Yeah, like because with Korean you only lose to like what, top 5 players, top 3. I don't know. You can just top players in general.
It's definitely a big deal that his only major loss in terms of like outliers for top 10 was to Wing It, and even then he had 4 more wins after that. So it's not like he only played him once and then that was it. So I guess in closing, I'll say that again, I did not know or I forgot that one tournament where Rush placed 7th was in this period. I legit thought it was in October. But that is a huge, huge piece of information that will make this decision easier, in my opinion. And I really wish that Rush had entered on the last week when he had the chance to. I think if he sweeps that tournament, we're talking about a new number 1. But be that the case, it is what it is. I think Korean gets the nod, especially
albeit
with
very close though. Yeah.
It is close, but that 7th place loss and then the fact that he lost to Snappy, I think puts him over despite having the 2-0 head, especially since now Korean is also 3 wins and 3 wins with Rush overall in tournament, so that kind of negates that advantage that Rush had as well. So.
The crazy thing is, I was playing friendlies with Rush that day of the tournament, the last tournament of the year, and he was fucking shitting on me. I was like, dude, if Travis enters today, he's winning the tournament. Like he was playing so well. It's just I personally like I used to like tell Travis like, oh dude, enter, don't be a pussy, blah blah blah. But then like, I used to do that, but then it came to the point where it's like, I respect Travis. Like if he doesn't feel well or if he doesn't feel like playing, like that's all him. You know what I mean? Like I'm not gonna like peer pressure him to do what I want him to do. So I didn't like personally like I didn't really I was with Bobby, like I didn't even remember that one tournament that he got 7th, and I didn't even
know he got 7th in the tournament this period. Like
exactly
2 months ago. So I mean I totally forgot about it.
Okay.
All right. Well, so I think we're done with that. Yeah.
Yep. So unanimous, Travis at the 2 and Korean at the 1, and with that in mind. The number 3, I think it will be Dren. I think it should be Dren. Does anyone have any counter arguments?
Nah,
not really. No.
Not really.
I think he's the only other person aside from Zekin from what it looks like to have multiple wins over Darren. From what I'm looking at here.
The order this is in is based off of the skill keeper ranking.
Okay.
But take note that the skill keeper ranking didn't apply to the LCC tourney. But I just kind of threw it in that order just to kind of like general guideline, I guess. But I mean, Dren and Zekin are right next to each other. There's no other person that has much of blue as Dren, like that's below him. So
that and neither Zekin nor Dren went to LCC tournament anyway, so that kind of that's negated in the head-to-head anyway.
Yeah. Zekin's like the only one who could possibly be 3rd, but that 7-0 over Brigade that Dren has is pretty convincing in my eyes for him to be third.
Oh yeah,
Holy
wow.
jeebus.
Oh my god.
I mean, I didn't want to say anything, but if you're gonna bring it up,
Yeah, it's a lot of wins.
Jeez.
Okay.
Oh my god.
Okay.
Okay.
you know what's crazy? A lot of their sets went to like game 3
Game
or
five,
game
yeah.
5.
Yes.
yeah,
Last,
like
last hit. Yeah, a lot of it.
yeah, like last
Let's-
hit, like that
let's-
7-0 doesn't justify like how close Brigade has come to beating Darren.
Oh yeah.
And
It just
yet,
Sucks when
In the
you
end,
feel
the W is the W,
the,
man.
the
Yeah,
donut,
I know,
the
I
donut
know.
is a donut. It is what it is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
it.
I just feel for Brigade, man.
Oh yeah, I do too. He works
I do.
really hard. He wants
Yeah.
it, man. He wants it.
All right. So for the
How do you want to
3-4,
break up the next part? 4th and 5th, or just 4th?
Oh, this is where it gets fucking crazy.
I
Okay,
think
so
we could do 3, 4, 5.
I think
I guess-
6.
I think we can do 4-5, but let's vote on candidates because
Okay.
I mean I'm like Zekin, Brigade, Danim, King. I'm thinking are gonna be the people that can be 4 and 5.
King is not going to be 4 or 5. I'll tell you that right
Oh,
now.
okay, yeah, we
For
get.
that thing at
Well,
the bottom.
let's
Yeah.
just.
There's that
let's
one
just-
loss at the bottom
Yeah.
that I'm looking at. And
And I
King
mean,
and
the
King
thing
knew
is-
this was gonna come up. He knew this was gonna come up in the discussion. But
Yeah.
that,
he
that
should.
matters.
He won't let it happen again.
I don't think
I
he
hope.
qualifies for 4. Maybe 5, but definitely not 4. Go on.
I think about that. I don't think he has enough data. That's
actually a good point. A lot of his wins are 1-0s.
Yeah, he entered the bare minimum 3.
Yeah. So.
No, 4. 4. Wait.
Yeah, he entered 4, I
Oh.
think.
Yeah, 4.
Oh yeah, he did good 4, didn't he? Because
Okay.
like 2 of them he got 7th or 9th or something. Else.
So
But he got out, so he didn't get much data against like the other PR
Let's-
candidates.
let's
Yeah.
start from Justin. Who
Yes.
are your candidates for 4th and 5th, and why?
So for 4th and 5th, the 2 that I'm gonna go with here. I know some people are gonna. I mean, we're gonna argue this a lot, but this is not necessarily in this order. But Zekin will be one of the candidates simply because, like I said, he's the only other one here I see with multiple wins on Dren, and he has a win on Rush. So that's why I put him in the discussion. I think he's probably closer to 5th and 4th, but we'll see. The other one. Might be
Oh,
a bit
something
surprising.
to note.
Yeah.
Okay, I remember last PR period we talked about this, and I'm pretty sure we settled it. But the 2-0 on War, like for Zekin right now, is not worth as much as it was worth last.
because
he's
he's
not
not number 1 right now, and he's not
Yeah,
like in the
War is
discussion.
not even in the discussion. So that 2-0 on War is like kind of
It's just a
good,
good win, but
but not really. I just
It's
wanted
not-
to point that out.
yeah.
No,
It's not an
yeah,
amazing
yeah,
win, but it's just I'm looking more at the wins that he has on Rush and Dren more
Yes.
so to justify his argument for 4 or 5.
Okay.
And
Yeah.
the other one I'm gonna put in here, I'm actually gonna go with Dan M because his losses aren't actually that bad. I mean, he does have the upset to Aka, but maybe Dan L loss is kind of bad. But other than that, the winning matchups the winning matchups here, he never dropped the set. He's even against Korean. That's the top seed, by the way, we have here. Or it's not top number 1. 3-3. That's got to be big, right? Because 3-3. 3 wins on Korean. So that's why I'm going to put Dan M in this discussion. But I mean, obviously it's up for debate, but that's my reasoning behind it. Of course, he does have the losses to Dino, Dan, and Aka. Dan L, that is.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
So-
We should argue 4 through 6, just because I do think Dan M's in the running, but for similar reasons that you had.
So those are my
I-
4 5.
Okay. I agree with Danim. I think that Danim. So since we settled 1 through 3, being tied with number 1 is fucking huge. It's really huge. Like
Yeah.
I think Danim's automatic, even though he has the upset to Aka and the upset to Danel. I mean, other than that, he's only like those are the only people he's lost to that are outside of the candidate.
Mhm.
Yeah, he's 3 and 3 with number 1, and like that's fucking huge. He did not play Darren. Okay, so he's negative against Rush and has not played against Darren. So I mean, there's lacking data on 2 and 3, but being even with 1 is really huge. And for me, I can't put Zekin in 4 or 5. For me, like look at those bottom 3 blocks. For me, top 3 or top 5 on the PR is is big.
Oh
If
my
you got,
god, the loss to Lucky.
and I'm
Forgot
not
about
saying
that,
any
yeah,
of those
sorry.
players are bad. I'm not saying any of those players are bad. But if you wanna be a contender with top 5, like that's the big boy. That's the big boy area. Like top 5
Yeah, we
PR
have high
is
standards for that. Yeah.
yeah. I have very high standards for top 5 PR, and like if it goes, it's like getting to the point where it's like, okay, cash in your upsets against, Zekin. Like, oh, I upsetted Zekin. I upsetted Zekin. Like, it's ridiculous. Like, there's so much upsets there, and I didn't put him in orange because, I should have put Snappy in orange because he's not, or actually, all these people are not contenders.
Yes.
But I just put him as negative, so I should have put it as orange. That's my fault. But yeah, it's like Zekin has just too much upsets.
You should put the K buy and the C pen as in orange as well. Just,
Okay.
just putting that
Yeah.
out there.
Especially C-Pen.
So, yeah, I mean, he's won a tournament, which is so huge, and like Zekin has super high ups, but then he has like super low downs. I mean,
Yeah,
Sounds like
But-
Little Mac.
he got
Little Mac.
13th at the Gerald's, whatever the hell they called that tournament.
well, yeah, and that's when he lost to Timber and Lucky. So, for me, I cannot put him in top 5.
Oh, and just so that anyone is wondering that's watching, if you're from Hawaii, the brackets that did not have like quote unquote correct seeding on everything, we're still looking at results as far as like matchups, but we are not going to weight the overall first, second, third as heavily. But
Oh
yeah,
yes.
but the matchups do matter there, and that's why the Lucky loss is there, the Timber loss, the Aka loss, etc., etc. So
Right.
Yeah.
Just to touch up the
Those are
LCC
still
tournament.
serious sets. Yeah.
The LCC tournament was randomly seeded. I can and like DarkMusician brushed up on, we can still use the matchup data, like head to head, or like Danem challenged Korean there or whatever. The LCC tournament didn't even finish. Like Danem and Korean were first and second place. Like it didn't even fucking finish.
Okay.
PCG tourney. And I'm not saying this was like stupid or bad, but they put Gerald or Adel as first seed because it was his going away tourney.
I
mean,
think
I
that's
don't think
fine.
that-
I think that's
Yeah.
fine. I think that's
That's
fine.
like cool and all. Like I'm not like dogging it or anything, but in the
Yeah.
end, I cannot use the placings for that tournament because the seeding was inaccurate. So, we're still using data from the tournaments, but we can't use the placings from those two tournaments because of the seeding.
Yep, but the matchups will still come into play. Okay.
Correct.
So again, who's your 4, 5, 6?
So Danem and Brigade are for me, and I know it's like the K-Buy and the C-Pen are upsets as well, but I just like Brigade has a win on Korean, he has a win on Rush, but he's 0-7 against Darren. But then the head-to-head with like Zekin, he's negative against Danem and King though, which are the other two candidates. Negative on Wing It. Fuck, this is so close.
It is. It really is.
Okay, wait. I know for sure Danem is one of my contenders. For me, Zekin is for sure not. I'm just trying to decide if Brigade or King is my second candidate.
That's really close.
So,
Okay.
I guess let's break down Brigade and King. Brigade has
Can we
a
hear from other
win.
people?
Yeah,
Oh, yeah, I mean-
let's hear from Void and FSLink and myself first before we break it down. If anyone has like any initial thoughts to give. Void, do you have
This is
any
hard.
thoughts?
Yeah, it's hard.
It is.
It is
It's
really hard.
That's why I'm glad that you're able to make it to this, man. We need all the brain power that we can get.
Yeah. So each of like Second Brigade and Danem, like they have pretty good highs, and then they just like lose to people, and I'm like, no.
Yeah.
Ruined. Ruined.
So Brigade's highs are Korean and Rush. Second's highs are Russian Dren. Danem's high is Korean.
That's a huge high though. Being even in sets with number one is really big in my
Very
eyes.
true. But since he's lacking data from the other two, like Brigade, he has a win on Korean tied with Rush. Second has a win on Russian Dren, though he's not tied with either. So Danem does have the best record against one. Brigade has the best record against the other two, per se. Or not the other two, against Rush and Korean because he has a win on Korean. Then Zekken does good against 2 and 3, but he doesn't have a win on 1.
But Zekken also has the most amount of upsets.
I wouldn't even say that Snappy and Timber are that major of an upset, though.
It's
Well,
looking
in-
at this, I do not see Snappy, Timber, or Lucky's name.
right,
Right.
like in paper, black and white, it's an upset because they're not pure
Right,
hand.
like on paper, yeah, but like
Well, along
like-
with that
I don't-
fact,
so.
it's
Right.
Zekken
I just
this
don't think it
week
should be weighed
lost
that.
to
That's my opinion.
Zekken has also lost to King and Click, who aren't currently in contenders.
Click is a contender.
Oh,
Or
sorry.
no. For what we're
For the what
deciding
we're talking
right now.
In this part of the PR, yeah, they're not in
Yeah.
the discussion as well. So.
So I mean,
Nice.
any loss. I mean, to me, it's just you lost to somebody that is most likely going to be lower than you.
Yes.
Right.
So it's kind of not so great. Brigade, he's lost to Danem, who's in the same area, while he's lost to King, who might be in the same area. Winget's still a little lower. He also has a loss to Andy and Days, which
Okay.
I think I'm not even looking at the upsets. Just that Days' loss seems pretty not so fantastic. But
Yeah, Days is
Oh,
definitely like on the
Brigade.
lower part
Yeah.
of this discussion.
and then
Yeah.
Danem, it seems like he has the lower, or at least looking at it, it looks like he has the lower amount of data between the 3. But he still has the losses to Dino, Danel, FSLink, and Akka. That's pretty big, even if you have a tied record with first place.
Well, it's like it's hard because he doesn't have like much data on second and third. So like you have the good data, but then like Brigade has data on all 3, first, second, and third, so we
Yeah.
can kind of gauge it a little bit better. I mean, Brigade has taken a set off Korean and Rush, which is big, but being even with second is big too, but he's
Yeah.
negative against first, but he can win against first.
I have
I'm
a
a-
question about Brigade real quick here.
The-
Are we gonna be harder on him because he's like, instead of being like 02 or 03 to Darren, he's 07? Is that like really really big, or are we just kind of?
It's kind of just like you just keep losing to him. It's
Yeah,
like-
I mean, he's Darren at this point. Darren is guaranteed higher than him on the PR, so I don't think that's
Right.
a big deal.
in the end, or the way I'm weighing it, it's the same thing as the 0-1 on Korean. Just
Okay.
you haven't taken a set from him. Like you keep
Okay.
losing, but you haven't taken a set from him. That's why when it comes to highs, Brigade hasn't beaten the third. Zekken has beaten 2, hasn't beaten the third. Danem's beaten 1, lost to the other, and then hasn't played the third. So because of that, when it comes to highs, personally, I place Brigade with the highest highs. When it comes to like the middle area, I think Brigade loses a little too much. Like it's not even like the upsets. It's just like that middle area of people that could be on the PR.
Mm-hmm.
Mhm.
But Brigade does have winning record against Zekken. Zekken has winning record against Danem. Danem has winning record against Brigade.
Great, the
But then-
triangle.
Rock,
It's
paper,
Well,
scissors.
there's
fire,
that
water,
tie.
grass, baby.
So for me personally, so in terms of the top, Brigade has the best resume, even though he doesn't have 3 wins. It's just the fact that he could take things off of 1 and 2, while Zekken takes things off of 2 and 3, and then Zanim took like a good amount off of 1, but then he didn't really flight the other 2. In terms of the middle area, I think Danem might have the best one, but then Danem has the worst. So middle area, I think Brigade probably has the worst out of the 3. In terms of head-to-head, it kind of just goes in a circle. But then when it comes to like the lower area, I feel like Brigade is kind of okay in that scenario.
Hmm.
Because each of them kind of just have 3 upsets.
Well,
It's kind of
for
hard to look at it
upsets,
from there, but Brigade's upset is potential PR for days. So I feel like that like makes it not as bad per se.
well, I know FSLink was touching on upsets. Like, let's categorize it like this: like Snappy and Timber are minor upsets because they've been
Yeah.
on PR before. we know they're good. And I'm not saying Lucky's bad, but Lucky's very inactive and he's never been on PR. So losing
Right.
to Lucky is a major upset. K-Bai
I,
is, we all know he's like good. I would
I think
consider
he's actually been on
K-Bai.
PR, yeah.
I'm not 100% sure on that. I wouldn't be surprised. But K-Bai would be a minor upset. Superman Ninja is another person that I want to put in orange, but like him and War, like we know Superman and War have been top 5 on PR before, so I'm not going to mark it as orange because they're really good players. So like, but Spirit would be a major upset. Aka's a major upset. K-Bai is a minor upset. C-Pen is a major upset. Snappy Timber minor. Lucky major. I mean, so and I think 2 minor upsets equal a major upset in my brain. Like that's how I'm kind of viewing it as. If you guys like agree with that thought process for the upsets.
Kind of do, but I do think we should like think about Zekken's 2-0 on War.
I don't think
it's not
so,
contention.
or at least the way I'm looking at it, if someone's not on PR, they're not on PR. And a 2-0 on War is practically worth nothing to me, as he's nowhere in this list. Like, he has wins on people, but, like, where is he, you know? Like, how are you going to weigh beating somebody that's not even on the PR? Like, in my opinion, that doesn't make sense, because looking at just results, like, I could see War, like, in the placings, but I don't see War. I don't see him, like, anywhere, you know?
Yeah, I mean, War got second at one tourney, but like he doesn't meet the bare minimum requirements, and even the 2
Right.
tourneys he went to, he got second and then 7th. Like War was number 1 on the PR last PR, so that PR period last time he was number 1. And
Those
a win
wins
on
would have
him was,
came in
like,
handy.
Yeah.
right.
Those
Those are
period.
super huge. But this PR period, War and Superman Ninja, like it's kind of like, oh, kind of kudos to you. Like I know those players are good, but for this PR period, they're nothing in my eyes. Like it's kind of like I can kind of put some value into it, but not. I can't use it as like solid data because, like,
I don't
I
think
mean,
it's either, but I do think that kind of, in my
It is
eyes,
a-
kind of cancels out the minor upsets, in my opinion. But just because War has always
Because
been at least a top 3 contender every time he's had enough participation to be on the PR.
Plus, the loss to War wouldn't hurt someone as badly on this because we still know he's super, super good, right? So we wouldn't.
yeah,
like,
he is
I don't
good,
think we're
but-
looking at a loss to War as devastating or anything.
It's just
I mean,
that
just to
it's
touch
that
up-
your wins over him aren't going to be enough to like really catapult you above the others in this case. That's all.
Yeah.
It is.
I agree with that. It just, in my eyes, that kind of balances out the minor upsets, the 2-0 on War, just because War we know is a good player.
Well, I mean,
That's
just
my
to shed some light. Like War has been on the PR before and like has been like 7 or 8. Like it's not like every time War's on the PR he's top 3.
And I know War is a good player, don't get me wrong.
Yeah.
Yeah,
But
I don't think
just
anyone's
looking at
talking-
this,
Yeah.
or looking what I'm looking at, War, a win on War is like the same as beating somebody that I play like round 1, per se. Like it's
Right.
important, like his upsets, like are people losing to him. But if you look at Korean and Rush, they both lost to War. So when you look at the head-to-head, you kind of just cancel that out. And other than that, like beating War kind of just isn't really as important. If it were, then King's resume would look a lot stronger.
And so would seconds.
Yes.
Oh, that's a good.
So have we gotten anywhere on this, or are we still kind of stuck in the triangle?
I still
In
really
my
like
opinion,
Dan
I
M.
think 4 and 5 should be. I think it should be Brigade Dan M.
Yeah, I'll agree on Dan M.
I also agree on that.
I mean,
Dan
if
M
we're
should be
gonna-
4th or 5th.
Dan M should be 4th or 5th.
Yeah. I agree.
Yeah, Dan M
Yeah.
for sure is one of the
Yeah.
persons locked in for 4 or 5.
Yeah,
And in my opinion, the other person is Brigade. Just from like looking at everything, my personal opinion is Dan M Brigade for 4 and 5.
Like Brigade, like again, Brigade has the Andy Days Wing It King Dan M like losses, along with K by CPN. Oh jeez.
yeah.
While Dan M has Dino, Dano, FSLink, Aka. So let's see, Dino, contender. Andy Days, contender. K by CPN, not contender. Dano, FSLink, Aka. FSLink's a contender. That's not as bad.
Yeah.
So
Daisy's like a borderline contender.
I would probably put it as Dan M, Brigade, Zekin.
I like that order.
I agree at Dan.
Yeah, I like that
I
order.
agree at Dan being 4.
I like that. I actually like that order a lot. It even
Yeah,
like
you know what?
it makes
Yeah.
more sense the more I think about it. Does anyone else have any counter arguments to that?
Not really. The reason why I was originally kind of split between Zekin and Brigade, but now that I look at it more closely, since we kind of agree on Dan being 4, when you compare it Brigade and Zekin for 5th, Brigade's 3 over Zekin. And because we're in a situation where they're very, very similar in terms of overall spread, and we're kind of like back and forth on who has the worst losses and who has
Yeah.
better wins. The 3-0, the fact that he's 3-0 over Zekin, that's got to be recognized.
And again,
I
again, I know a lot of people will say like, oh, he's lost 4 times to Korean, he's lost 7 times to Dren. They're both above where we
Yeah.
are
I
right
mean,
now, so
yeah.
it doesn't matter quite as much. It's not.
Yeah,
as
if you get to
I
that
agree.
point in the
It
tournament,
was just something I wanted to bring up just because I know that would be brought up as well. And especially the 2 on Zach, I think that'd be brought up. So I'm glad that we talked about like which we should prioritize.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So,
Like,
going off-
as Void said, once you get that deep into the tournament, they're the really best players. So losing to them is not as impactful in terms.
more
of
so
like,
just shows that he's going to a lot of tournaments and he's making it to that point.
Yeah. Brigade has entered every single tournament except the PCG's Gerald tournament,
Wow.
and he's
Wow.
gotten top 8 in every single one. And I'm excluding the LCC tournament. I don't know what he placed in the LCC tournament, but that's not relevant. He's gotten 7th twice.
God
But-
damn.
He's gotten 7th twice, and then he's gotten 2nd once, 3rd twice, 4th once, and then he's gotten 5th 3 times.
So he's always like top 8.
No, well, yeah, he's always top 8.
Yeah.
He's like
yeah, so
he's
I
just
think Brigade
really
has consistency. Yeah.
Yeah, because Zekin had tournaments where he kind of didn't
13th.
like. I mean, he still got top 8, but like there was ones where he got 13th, and then
Like if we're
he
not
didn't like.
Well, again, keep in mind that 13th was at the Gerald tournament, so the placings for that one
That
are
is true.
not
Yeah.
as serious.
true, that's
but the 2 losses to people that
Yeah.
are not currently active is a big deal. So
That's fair.
yeah, I like that order. I like Dan M at 4th, Brigade at 5th, Zekin at 6th. Is there anything else that needs to be said about this? I think we broke it down pretty
No,
good.
I think.
Yeah, I think we can move on.
Okay.
All right, so 7-8.
Tired, please. Keeps moving up. He's getting higher. What a beast. Okay. Yeah. So 7-8. 7-8, I guess. So I guess I'll start this one. For 6th and 7th, looking at what we have, I think King. This is the part where King should come into discussion. I think he's earned it. I
Yes.
think his loss to Sam was pretty silly, and that is like one of the only blemishes on his record, other than the fact that he doesn't really enter that much. And I guess he took an L to Snappy as well, who's also not currently up for debate. But yeah, other than that, I think he fits very nicely into the 6th and or 7th slot, but the 7th or 8th slot, sorry, but most likely the 7th. As far as the 8th pick, I am not quite so sure. I think people that come to mind are Wing It for one, and maybe Click. But
Yeah.
I like Wing It for 8.
but definitely King for 7th. I think that shouldn't be a question. And Wing It
Yeah.
and Click for 8th. So if anyone else has anything that they want to throw out any more names, go ahead. But that's my picks.
Here, I'll go next. When I look at King and Wing It side by side, I do kind of I want to almost debate if Wing It should be 7, but at the same time, I think this might go down to quantity and number of tournaments entered, so it might end up just with Wing It being it below King. But in that topic, I would have, for 7-8 would be King, Wing it, and then
I think
I'd like
think
to debate
King
stats.
I think King is clearly over Wing It. Just again, data and more wins over players
Yeah.
that Wing It
Yeah,
has
he has
lost
more
to.
impressive ones.
Yeah. And you gotta look at Wing It's losses
Yeah.
too. He's also lost to Superman Ninja, who is not up for discussion, and he's lost to Click and Dino, who are going to be,
Gonna be
lower on the
low.
PR
Okay.
at this point,
Yeah.
albeit a little bit lower, but still lower nonetheless. And again, yeah, the lack of data really hurts him as well.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I will put Wingit though. If that's the case, then King 7, and then I have Wingit at 8 in my mind.
Okay, Charles.
That's
Another
why
person I would
I'm-
consider.
Oh, sorry,
Yeah,
Daryl.
that's
Did you want to go? You can go, Daryl, if you want.
No, I was just piggybacking off of what he said. Like, I do think that's like Obi King and then Wing It.
Okay.
Okay, let's see here. I want to make an argument. Oh well, just a side thought. If King didn't have his upset against Spirit, he would have probably been top 5.
Yes,
But
he would.
that literally fucked him. But
Yeah,
I mean,
yeah, and he knew.
I mean, we are
He
where
knew.
we are. We are where we are, and
Mhm.
I do want to make an argument for Wing It being above King. So Wing It has a game on 1. He is 1-4, but he does have a game. He's negative on Rush. He's up on Darren, whereas King is 1-1 on Darren. So just like Wing It's top 3 resume is just already better than King's by a long shot. Then we can kind of go it just sucks because Wing It doesn't have that much data, but I'm not gonna. I can't just be like, oh well, King attended more, so I'm giving it to him. He has a loss on Superman. I mean, we all know Superman's good, but I don't know. It's just he doesn't really have any huge upsets. Yeah, he lost to Click and Dino and Superman, but he's positive on Superman, and then he's even with Click, negative on Dino. But for me, his top 3 resume is really good, and then even when you go, if Brigade is 5, his matchup against 5 is even better too. He has 1 more win on Brigade than King does. Wing It didn't play against Zekken, so the Zekken was, we said, 6. So I mean that I don't even think that's too big of a deal that King has a better Zekken record than Wing It. And then since War, the win on War is not that big of a deal because War is not considered for this PR period. I think that's pretty big. And then the loss on Spirit for me is huge. It's just big, and Wing It doesn't have any kind of major or minor or major upsets. And on top of that, Wing It's top 3 resume is just outshines King's by a long shot.
Void.
See, I was thinking that, but that loss to Superman Ninja just sucks.
It does.
In terms of everything, I was like, dude, Wing It looks solid, and then
That's the deal breaker
look
for
at
you.
Superman Ninja. Yeah. Otherwise, I would have put Wing It above King.
Oh.
Everything, Wing It does have the better top 3. He has such a good mid-range thing, but then in my eyes, whether how good we know the players are or not, the Superman Ninja loss is equivalent to the Spirit loss.
Oh. Oh.
You heard it here first, guys.
Wait, no, but okay, can we at least agree to the minor/major upset thing we were doing? Because I do if we look at it black and white, I can say are we just looking at upsets as upsets, or are we looking at it as minor upset, major upset? Because I can firmly say that Superman Ninja is a minor upset compared to Spirit being a major upset, right?
I'd agree. We had to take context into account as well.
So okay, so
Yeah,
we can't say the
we
Spirit
still
upset and the Superman Ninja upset are the same. That's no way.
I don't think we can.
So the Superman Ninja upset is a minor upset, right?
Correct. Yes.
So the Snappy upset is a minor upset, right?
Correct.
Right.
So King, oh shit, dug my own grave.
Yeah, Spirit is not a minor upset; it's a major upset. That is a huge upset.
Yeah.
The fact that
Oh my God.
King has Snappy. as
Oh
a-
yes, yeah. I'm supposed to change that to.
What?
Yeah.
Just
Okay,
to me, I just feel like
I
Wing It
think-
should.
I think you got me. Um, yeah, Winget's wins on the top three are better. King has the win on Zekan. Winget, they both have wins on Brigade. Winget's lost to Click and Dino, which isn't so bad. King has lost to A and B.
So to play devil's advocate here, could we look at the Sam loss as equivalent to the War Hero loss from last time? Just to play devil's advocate so that we cover all possibilities.
I think it's
I think we can, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, it's just
That's
in
pretty
the end, it's minor or major, and
major.
the loss to Spirit, I think, is a major upset. Same, I think the
Definitely.
Denim's loss to Aqua was a major upset as well.
No, yeah, what I'm saying is that they could have the major loss on their record, which sucks, but
Oh yeah,
It
maybe
brings-
maybe overall, did King still do better overall or nah?
I mean, it's just for me, it's the top three matchup spread for Wingit is what like entices me to put him above King.
Yeah, and he doesn't have the
Because
major
the-
upset on there.
King
Because the thing is that we're
has
saying we're
Zekan
ignoring the
Brigade.
war, right? We're ignoring that because we're not. Remember what Void said
We're not
earlier.
ignoring it, but it doesn't really hold
doesn't-
that
Yeah, it
much.
doesn't. It doesn't
Yeah.
weigh as much. I think we agree we're not
Yeah.
weighing as much. But
Which
if we
really
were,
sucks
I
for
would
him.
put King above
Yeah.
him.
But yes, since we're not weighing the 1-0 war as heavily as we normally would, I like Wingit better. I just
Yeah.
think because it seems that his resume is just stronger than King. It's not that King is bad. It's just that
This is the classic example of minimal data versus minimal data.
Yeah.
And it's
Yeah.
like, and we don't really know what to do because everything is so situational. This is why it's so hard.
Yeah.
But yeah,
I think 1-0 on Darren should be pretty big.
I think
Yeah, he's positive on
I
three.
think to be consistent though with how we're valuing things, I could definitely see the one over Korean mattering more. He's the only person.
Yeah.
He's the only person left in the discussion that has a win over Korean. And the last time that came into play, A&D ended up getting 7th, I believe.
Right.
Oh, that's true. It
Right.
blasted him up to 7. Yeah.
How fitting that it would blast Wing It into 7th place, I guess.
Oh, it's this magic of 7th place.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
What do you guys think?
Or
Shadow looped him to 7th place.
Hmm.
upper 7th.
All right, so
I put Wingit at 7.
Wing
Just
It King.
barely.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
agree. Wingit King.
Okay, Wing It King.
And now,
Oh.
of course.
And now the real shit fest
Bottom?
begins.
I've already I've been looking.
The last golden tickets
My God, I don't
are
know
up
who
for
to give it
grabs. Okay, so we have
to. Such a shit. Okay.
Click, A&D, Dino, Days, FSLink as the last 5. We can only take
Yeah.
2. Did we miss anybody other than these 5 that should be brought up before we start this? Because it's possible
Wait,
that
let me
we
think,
might have
let me
missed
think.
somebody. Does anyone else come to mind? I can't think of anybody.
No. The only other
If-
one I would have said was Fruit Basket, but he doesn't have enough wins against the top. I know that for sure.
Yep,
Yeah.
and his win to war means nada. At
Nothing.
least not
Yeah, so.
this time.
Plus, he had so many bad upsets. Just oh well.
Yep.
Next time. But I think so. I think this is really it. I can't think of anyone else.
Same.
Okay. Who wants to start? Can we start by ruling out anybody? Like
Yes,
right off
I
the
think
bat.
we can.
Okay, that's a good way to start it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Let's start by picking off the weakest.
First
link.
losers.
Oh god, yeah, this is gonna really suck for who we're about to name, but
I think I know who it is too.
yeah, it's just when you look at these numbers, I'm really sorry, but it's easy for me. I think I'll
Cat
start
and
off by
FS Link.
saying,
So let me
That's not
guess.
where we're
It's
gonna go with this,
it's
but,
probably gonna be Days, right?
yeah, I was gonna say
Yeah.
Days.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Days is out.
Yeah.
Rip.
It's not nearly enough to put him in the top 10.
He's the
Yeah.
only one left with no blue.
Yeah, right.
Yeah. Rip.
Yeah.
Rip Luke House. Okay, so Days is out of the running. That's pretty
Mm-hmm.
obvious, and it's just because the others have better wins. Clearly. Is there anyone else that we can automatically say you're out of the running? Is there anyone else?
Automatically, I don't know.
I don't think I can see anyone else.
No,
That's like-
I mean I see a weaker candidate remaining, but I think we could still debate him first.
Yeah, Days is out for sure.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Poof.
only when it really is against Jade. Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
so
Damn, I
I think
thought
we
I
can
thought he
debate-
did so much better this period. Maybe I'm just.
I think he
biased.
just gets good placings.
I think I'm
or
just.
was
I think I'm
maybe-
just biased. I just like Days. I don't know.
Maybe. I mean, maybe it's hanging over from his like somewhat strong October.
Yeah, that might be it.
Maybe. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Then I guess we're stuck with 4. Click A&D Dino FSLink as the last two. I think one thing that sprouts. I guess I'll start it off. One of the things that comes to mind is that A&D has a win on Brigade, and Click has a win on Zekin and Wing It.
Mhm.
And A&D has two wins on King. Those are the things that stick out to me the most. So I think they would probably be the two that would be in the running. I'm not sure if Dino or FSLink have anything to match that, or if maybe I see A&D has a lot of orange, so and Click is not without his orange as well. So
Well, I feel like you're gonna run into a lot of orange in this area because these
Mhm.
players are down here because they couldn't beat the above players. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like,
Yeah.
so it's like I feel like they're just pretty much minor upsets. I guess like those players, I could see most of them being a contender, like in another PR period if they were more active or whatnot, right?
Mhm.
I think the loss to Dex is pretty huge for A&D.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The loss to Akka, oh god, the loss to Akka is really hurting Click.
Dino also lost to Rev and Timber.
Like
This is gonna be
FS
interesting
Link,
because sorry, go.
FS Link is the cleanest when it comes to orange.
Yeah. Yeah.
But then he doesn't really have like the biggest wins. Like he only has like the win on Danem. And Danem is
Fourth.
currently
That
Oh,
does
yeah.
carry some
Yes.
value.
that does carry value, and also like his matchup spread looks the cleanest.
Oh yeah, I apologize. I forgot that Danem shot up to 4th. My bad, FSLink. That does carry value as well. That's arguably more valuable than the Brigade win that A&D has, actually.
Because Click has a second win, which is a win on 6, and a win on 7.
Mhm.
So like Click is not looking that strong right now because the wins, it just kind of sucks because the wins he got were on great players, but they just didn't particularly place that high.
like just
in this
ahead of him.
set
Yeah.
Yeah, I think if Zekin got like top 3, we'd be totally changing our opinion on that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, Click would definitely be up there, but like the highest person on the PR that you've beaten is 6, and you got a loss against Akka and Superman and K-Bai.
We also at this point because we eliminated Days, we also have to start looking at Days as a minor upset. Yeah.
Sure.
Kind of, yeah.
Sure,
Which is out of-
sure.
Oh,
Yeah, a
it'll be
little bit. Kind of, but
Kind of.
Yeah.
I don't think it will matter with these candidates
Mhm.
as much.
true.
Okay. So Click's highest. Okay, I'll just go through the list and state their highest. So FS Link highest win is rank 4. Click highest rank is 6. Andy Brigade was 5th, right?
Yes.
Yes.
So Andy's highest is 5th. Dino's highest is 4th.
Danem. Yep.
Yep.
Danem.
Oh, he does have a win on Dan. Okay.
He has a win on 4. He has a win on 7. Yeah,
I gotta
win on
write
4
this.
and 7. And then
Okay,
FS
okay,
Link
wait.
has a win on 4, but has very few like upsets. He has the loss to Rave and Superman.
Mhm.
I mean, essentially, other than that, the head-to-head to A&D, he's 0-1.
Yes.
Okay.
So that is to be noted.
Daryl, did you enter 3 tournaments or 4?
Whatever the minimum was.
Okay, 3. I'm gonna
so
assume
probably
it's
3,
3.
yeah.
Yeah, I think it was 3.
I'm assuming
said
Wing It had
It
the
was
same amount
5
then.
and King was
Yeah.
8.
No, actually, Wing It entered.
I think it went answer 3, I think. Or maybe he answered more. I don't know.
I know he entered the LCC tournament and he
He,
entered that.
no, he must
And he,
have.
and he
because
entered that one
has-
tournament where he got 3rd. That was the 2 that
Yeah,
I
because he
remember.
has 6, 7, 8. He has 9 losses recorded on here, so he must have at least entered 5, unless he won the tournament. Oh, he won. Wait, did he?
Did he win the Gerald
No.
tournament? Was he at the Gerald?
Yeah, he won the Gerald tournament.
Oh, yeah,
okay.
we entered 4 tournaments. Yeah, okay. I think. Or was it 5?
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah, that's
yeah,
correct.
that was
Just curious. Just curious. Okay.
Then Click was
Went on 6.
This is my
6,
favorite part of the PR discussion. Just putting that
6,
out
7.
there.
Okay.
I love
Yeah, 6
the
and 7.
last spots. The last
Okay,
spots are always
Spencer
the most fun.
wins. Oh man, it's really even still.
If I were to pick the top out of this 4, it would be FSLink. That's my pick. Highest win is 4, just like Dino. Dino has a win on 4, but Dino also has a win on 7. But I like the consistency from FSLink. It seems like outside of Rave and Superman and A&D, he loses to like the other PR players. So I mean, very little data, but I do think FSLink shows the most consistency. Especially like for me, it's like his losses are good. I mean, losing is never good, but like
Yeah.
like his losses are to the like higher PR, higher caliber players, with the exception of in this PR period being A&D, Raven, Superman.
Yeah.
So I mean, me personally, one of my picks to go into 9-10 is FSLink for sure.
Void, you've been thinking a lot. Do you have anything to add or any insight into this?
Not really. I kind of just agree with that.
You kind of agree? Okay.
Yeah.
Well, FSLink, do you have anything to say on your behalf or against your behalf?
No, not really.
Okay. Playing it
Oh,
neutral.
yeah,
I respect that. Playing it
Yeah.
neutral. Justin, anything? Any
The only problem I
arguments
have
about
is
that?
just the only problem I have is this lack of results for FSLink.
Yeah.
The fact that his only win is 4, but I mean, considering who we're pairing him against, he's got like almost no upsets, like 1 or 2 upsets arguably, and then he does have the win on Dino. So if Dino ends up being 10, or if we talk about that, then that should be it should perhaps be enough to boot him into 9 or 10.
Yeah.
My only
mean,
problem with it is this lack of results.
I know
the lack of numbers.
it looks ugly because again it's that little bit of bars versus the whole slew of bars on like Dino's end and stuff like
Yeah.
that, but
Yeah.
it is what it is. Attendance is not weighed as heavily as consistency as far as we are concerned, so I think we have to give FSLink the nod for spot number 9 at the very least. I think that's going by how we've been going so far. I think that's what has to be done.
Mm-hmm.
Any objections?
No,
I'll take the silence
Not really.
as approval. Okay.
I agree.
Okay, so FSLink,
Okay.
number 9 again, same spot, consistency. See,
Okay, so if we agree on that, then I can
Ugh.
actually add
I
this
thought I got 8 last
to
time. Yeah, I got 8.
Andy. So if we agree on that, then that happens to Andy. So he gets an additional win on PR9.
Okay, I think the argument right now, I think the only person that could contend with A&D is Dino.
Dino, yeah,
Because
because of
Yeah.
the Dan M win and the Wing It win.
right. Well, another thing
Yeah.
to note about Dino is Superman like beat everyone in this like I guess bracket, like this area. No one has a win on Superman except Dino.
Yeah.
But I mean, he's not a candidate, so. But I mean, it is still a point.
Dude,
Um,
all I'm gonna say is that one Manoa monthly when Click put Zekit into losers, he had to play Dren. They went to game 3 last hit. If he took that set, oh my god, he would have.
Dude, he would have been on.
Welcome to the PR. That would have been it.
Mhm.
Yeah. Oh my god.
Yeah.
So unfortunate. Damn.
It's just sucks because like when we're in this area, all these players are coming in and they're cashing their upsets. Cashing your upsets. It's like I feel like that's what this part is.
Whoever gets the most
And-
access. Yeah.
Right, and then like the people that Click upsetted just didn't perform well in the said PR period. So that's just unfortunate. Like Click upsetted really good players, they just didn't rank as high as he wanted them to.
Yeah.
Yeah. you
Couldn't
can see
quite
6, 7
close the
versus
deal on
7.
a couple big sets. Couldn't quite close it out.
Yeah.
I'm gonna have to go with FS Link locking in 9. That actually bumps A&D up because he has
It
like
does.
the positive
Mhm.
record on 9. Where Dino is negative. Yeah, I think FSLink locking in 9. I think that just locks in A&D. Even with the upsets, like they both have like about the same amount of upsets. It's just A&D having like more wins on like said PR people.
Both of them have pretty
The-
crappy upsets too. If you look
Yeah,
I
at
think
it.
they're. I don't know. I think that their upsets are about the same though.
Yeah, it's about the same. Yeah.
Yeah. it's about
I
the
think
same,
I think
like,
the
skill
I think
level.
actually the loss to Rev is probably the most obscure loss in terms of
Mhm.
like seeding.
We could probably be okay with Snappy, Timber, SMN, but the loss to Rev was his biggest upset by far.
Yeah, Rev is a major upset.
Yeah,
And then the others-
granted, Advent is also a pretty obscure loss as well because Advent is
Yeah.
very
Oh, that's-
inactive. So.
Yeah.
Mhm.
What do you think, Void? Is it A&D? Do you think it's Dino? Who gets it?
We lost him. Oh no, he's back.
He's thinking. He's pondering.
So hard.
Dude, how hype would it be if Dino made the PR on his way out? That would be so anime.
That would be messed up though. I don't think he would ever find out for the next 9 months or
Yeah.
9 weeks.
If he can't find out that
Oh my god.
Oh my god, that's so fucked up.
So evil.
Here's another thing to note for A&D, which makes his case stronger. He's 2-0 on King. Like
Yeah.
everyone else is like little
Every little bit
onesies.
counts.
He's got 2 wins.
Yeah,
I think
everyone else is
he
like
double eliminated him from that one tournament. I remember that. That was
And he
He's
has
got
a
the,
win
he's
over
got the
bracket.
epic comeback and then he beat him. Yeah.
Yeah. Everyone else in this like tier right now, like they're cashing in their wins and it's like little onesies. And he
Yeah.
got the fat 2-0 on King. So that is something to note.
Yeah, I was thinking it was gonna be Andy this time around.
It just looks.
It-
It looks
feels
favor.
like A&D.
Yeah.
Like it
Yeah,
feels
I
like,
think if you take FSLink out of the discussion, then it's Dino A&D. But with FSLink in the discussion, it's probably A&D.
Yeah. With FSLink being
Dino
locked in
can
as 9, Andy's win on FSLink is a big deal.
it
Like,
matters.
Well, I mean, yeah, because like if Daves was locked in as 9 for some odd reason or whatever, like if he just performed better,
Mhm.
then Dino's 1-0 on Daves would be of much value.
Yes.
So
Yeah.
then he'd have wins on 4, 7, and 9. That's what happened with Andy. He had 5 and 8. We put FS Link at 9, so now he has wins on 5, 8, and 9. So that's 3 PR players, 3 above him.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
Dino peaks like 1
Technical.
higher.
Rest in peaks.
It's so hard.
Yeah, he could have made it if he just didn't have as many upsets. He might have actually made it on. Might have.
Yeah, I mean, and you can't say that Dino didn't have his opportunities. He played a set against Korean, Rush, Darren, Zekin, and Brigade twice.
Yeah.
So he had his
Yeah, no,
he
he
had
had
his
his opportunities,
opportunities.
He also
And
played King twice.
As did all of these fine gentlemen that are vying for the last couple spots. They had their opportunities.
Just Andy barely squeaked in there, even with the multiple upsets he suffered.
Damn, Korean, you played a lot of people. I'm
Yeah.
just looking at all of these. Like
mean,
Korean,
I think Korea went to the most tournaments, right? This time around.
No,
Brigade.
Brigade did.
Brigade, the,
I
No,
missed out. I missed one tourney. One or-
Brigade, the
No,
god.
I
Damn,
missed the
slacking,
tournament.
dude.
Well,
Black-
one tournament I was sick, and I could have entered that one. I was just being a
Sounds
pussy.
like
And then the second one, I actually was like doing something, and I like legit couldn't enter. Like I had an obligation. But the other one, I will admit this, I was feeling sick. My stomach was upset, so I was just being a bitch. I will say
Okay,
that.
that's
Yeah.
fair.
Fished out of one,
Not
and
like
then
in
the other one
Alex,
I
you ended up
actually
being
had
one.
You
obligation.
can
Dude,
get one. You can get one
There's
for
a
PR.
fucking meta to this PR, man. Like oh, do you sit out and risk someone like making big plays, or do you sit on your wins? But
I mean,
Yeah,
That's
because
very
Travis sitting out actually really fucked him over for the one spot.
I would
Yeah,
just
oddly
enter
enough.
everything, man.
Yeah, for me, I usually just enter everything. I mean, the one I didn't enter because like my stomach was feeling really shitty. I mean, I could have entered that, but I don't know.
okay.
I usually don't even.
And then
I
you
usually-
get other people sick, and then they don't show up, and then they don't have as much data.
The funny
I
thing
have
is,
the meta.
I showed up to the tourney. I just didn't enter. I played doubles. I played doubles that tourney, but I didn't enter singles.
I have
okay.
to return to my stream.
No.
Okay.
Yeah.
Alright.
Okay, so
Thanks,
wait,
Floyd.
wait, so before we go, A&D, right? A&D is the one.
Yes.
And then
Yeah.
honorable
Okay.
mentions Dino Click Days. Okay.
Say
Alright.
his
So
name.
doing honorable mentions.
Thank you, Void.
Say he's the chosen
Yep.
one.
Bye,
Take it easy, boy.
guys.
Yeah, take
All
care,
right, see
man.
ya.
All right, so Void will be leaving us to go to his strem. Go ahead and give him a follow. I think it's was it GSM Void.
Yeah,
is
it's
it
GSM Void,
GSM
yeah.
Void. Yeah, give him a follow, give him a sub. And okay, so just reading off what we got. At 10th, we have Ian Dizzle. 9th, FSLink. 8th, for the first time ever, King makes the
Woo.
PR. It's a
Yeah,
miracle.
congrats.
Long
Congrats.
overdue, in my
Kind of is
opinion.
considering how that Spirit loss came in the very first tournament of the period.
Yeah,
he
it-
definitely
like-
deserves it, and
Yeah.
I've always thought he was PR material.
Yeah, same here.
Yeah, and it is funny too because he probably would have been in the top 5 had he not busted to Spirit.
Yeah, I think he's a potential top 5 candidate in the future
Yeah.
if he starts showing up more.
He said
So
that
it'll be
he,
interesting to see.
Just as long as he doesn't.
he said that if he legit ever gets a car and a license, he'll come out more to Ridge.
Oh,
but
damn.
the only reason he doesn't come on is because it's too far.
Right on.
Okay, so 7th, Wongit. This guy keeps finding his way onto the PR. It's so funny. He's like so
Like he- yeah.
naturally.
Shuttle loop right onto the PR. man.
He's so naturally good at just shuttle looping people that he just can't help but be on the PR.
Yeah, just show up, go to a couple
Yeah.
tournaments, shuttle loop some people, and then whoop, on
He
the
wasn't
PR.
even really that active. He kind of he showed up.
Mhm.
I feel like mainly November he was like showing up a lot, and then December
Yeah.
he kind of.
The,
I mean, I guess
yeah,
not a lot of people showed up in December because it wasn't that busy, but
maybe
Yeah.
yeah. I mean, even if the Smash Ridge lockout didn't happen, he usually goes to Smash Ridge, so
Yeah, he usually goes to those ones.
he probably would have been to enough anyway. Okay, so number 6, good old Bailey, always available, always on the PR,
Damn weeb.
always consistent. This is about the same place he was last time, I think too.
I think he was exactly 6th or 5th last
Mhm.
time. I know. I think he was 6th.
He was
Yeah.
6th. Yeah.
And 5th, yeah, Brigade jumped up. Brigade was like what 9th?
Ninth.
9th last time.
ninth. Yeah.
Yeah, he had a rough period last time.
Yeah, much better this time around. Dan M, Dirty Dan, even though he's retired, he still climbs the PR. if he gets
God
into
damn
top
it.
3 next period, I'm gonna be upset.
I think that's
Dude.
secret, guys. I think I just need to retire and then I'll come back.
Yeah, we
and,
need to like,
That's
like
a secret, man.
Yeah, that's a secret tech.
he just
Dude.
wanted,
He's getting all that PhD practice, you know.
Yeah.
he
Dissecting
just
us.
wanted a cool picture. Okay. So at 3rd, Kylo Dren, of course, he's the
Mhm.
man. He's always in the running for best
Yeah, you
player.
went up one, looks like.
He did.
from 4th.
yeah.
Yeah, that's right. He was 4th.
2nd, oh so close. Oh, so
Oh,
close.
he's gonna. There's gonna be a lot of shit talking for this one.
I hope he's not too upset because he did play brilliantly this period. He did play
Yeah,
well.
dude, yeah, he played really well. I feel like it was just so. I wish it's like we do 2-month periods, but like I said, if there was a November PR, Korean would be first on that one, and if there's a December PR, like Rush would
Rush would be
hands
first.
down have been like first
He
by a long
dominated
shot.
the month, but
He
just
fucked December up. Like
Oh.
December was his month. He like totally destroyed everybody.
He went through everyone like presents on Christmas, basically.
Yeah,
ripping
it was
them
like
apart.
super dominant
Giant
too.
fucking Buster
Mhm.
Sword.
Okay, and then
Well,
number
what it is.
1, Brult GSM Korean. Congratulations, Korean, on being number 1 once again.
Thank you.
Back on top. Yeah, I guess it just goes to show you, even if you have a lot of high highs, there's a tournament to enter and you're available, just enter it. Might as well, right? Might as well try to
Yeah.
protect your consistency.
I mean, for me, like the PR is pretty important, but like let's be real, the PR is kind of like its main purpose is seeding.
Mhm.
The second
Yeah.
purpose is like an ego boost. Like
Yeah.
I mean, if
Yes.
if you really like enter or don't enter tournaments because of an ego boost, then like I don't know, for me, like I'm gonna enter a tournament that I can play in to get better. Because I mean, in the end, Smash is not just about the next PR. Because if you're planning to play it long term, there's gonna be many PRs. Like in the end, like the main thing is like I want to go into a tournament and learn as much as I can. And like even like that tournament I got double eliminated from Dan M, dude, I was salty as fuck, dude. I was so pissed off. I had to like go outside and walk it off. I was so mad.
Mhm.
Like Raymond walked with me, and I was just like, why should I even win neutral? Like, what's the fucking point? Like, I'm gonna give someone rage, and they just have to win neutral 30% of the time, and they beat me.
This is
But
why
I
he
mean-
cares.
See, Danam, this is what you do to people when you beat
But I
them with
mean-
rage. This is what happens.
But like, when I take a step back, I mean, my character should win neutral more.
Mhm.
My character has better frame data. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
it's just the way it is. And like, Danon played amazing that tournament. Like, he totally shit on me, and he totally deserves where he got because of that. So good to him.
Okay, so how did you want to do the styling for this PR? Like, did we want to have a theme?
I know a lot of people wanted the old way back.
Oh, without
Like-
the Pokemon
Anime
stuff.
pictures.
It's not without the boat. They want the jank pictures or some crap like
Yeah.
that.
Oh, they want like their own personal little picture. Cause like
I don't know if it's just
with, like name and character. I like the last PR. I think it looks cleaner.
yeah, it was definitely cleaner, but I know a lot of people were complaining about it. Not that I agree with them. They're all
We can have an alternative picture.
I think we should have like a serious one, and then we can have like a trashy one for the group.
Yes.
Yeah.
Death to the light.
I think that would work best.
Okay.
Because
Clean one
I
for
like-
sharing out, trashy one for the group page.
Okay.
Alright, that's
no,
fine.
I like the clean one from the group page because
or the
you can
opposite.
Well, yeah,
you
the
can
clean one should
get
be like
the-
yeah.
on the
Paper.
top part where you can see all the names. I don't like the other style of it because the boxes are so big and like you know how there's a bunch of like notification, share, join, and then it says like Smash for 3DS Hawaii public
Yeah,
group.
Facebook makes it
boxes-
hard. It makes it hard.
Yeah.
Hey, yeah.
The way FSLink did it is even with all that shit, like it kind of you can't kind of see some of the honorable mentions, but the top 10 you can see clearly their name, their character.
Yeah.
Very
Not
clean
to be
cut up.
rude, but the
Okay.
mentions like you can't see it.
Well,
Not
we'll
rude,
we'll
but-
work that out. We'll work out what kind of
Yeah.
picture we're gonna do, and I'll go ahead and post the results right now, and I'll also make sure to indicate up, down, new player, and all that good stuff. So.
Yeah, I think the best way would be just clean photo for the group page, and then like first comment, whoever posts like the photo can just do the trashy one too.
Sure.
That way,
sure,
like
sure.
immediately viewable if you click on it.
Yeah, and then
Yeah.
people can just have it for themselves. if
Because
they
I mean,
want.
it really is just a joke for like that first week, and after that, it just gets
Yeah,
stuck
then it's just
there.
like, why are all these
Yeah.
waifus on my Facebook right now?
Weebs.
Okay, so with that brings this PR discussion to an end. I want to thank again Void for taking time out of his busy CLG schedule to sit down and do this with us, esports, and yeah, for FSLink, Korean, TP, I'm Dark M, and we will see you next time. Thank you for watching. If you have any questions, feel free to leave them in the comments, and do keep in mind that we will be doing this every 2 months, so there will be some. We'll be starting our first tournament of the season this weekend, so look forward to that. All right,
2 month periods.
Yep.
Let's go.
all right. Say goodnight, everybody.
Night.
Night.
Easy.